I'm currently in Tokyo, Japan, and today I went to the gym and they've got all these freaking rules, man. Like, you go in there, you can't show any tattoos, first of all. You need a backup change of shoes that haven't touched the outside. Whenever you're in there, there's all these rules on how you're supposed to behave. They even put on the freaking intercom. It feels like some sort of dystopian world. And the thing is, this is how it feels being back in a first world country. I've been living more so in like the third world developing countries such as Bali, Bangkok, which are freaking beautiful and they have modern luxuries, but so much more freedom. In Tokyo, I love it so much, the culture, everything, but it's reminding me as to why I left home to begin with. So 5 years ago, I actually left my hometown to move to Asia, Southeast Asia specifically. I've lived other places, like I lived in Mexico for a long time, I lived in Ukraine for almost a year, but specifically Southeast Asia is my favorite place in the world. So today, I'm going to talk about why I specifically chose to geomax to Southeast Asia. So ever since I started posting all like the walking videos, everything like that, everyone is commenting like, oh, bro just went to Asia to look tall. Oh, he's only there to be racist and to feel superior. It's like, no. I did not move here for that. I moved here 5 years ago. I started producing this content this year. So without further ado, let's get it. First things first, business. Everything's about business, man. I'm a money man. I'm a Capricorn. I think about business first and foremost before anything else. So actually, it was closer to 6 years ago, but when I first started planning this a long time ago, man, like I had the idea. I was a personal trainer at the time in person, but I wanted to start an online business. But the thing is, there's so much competition, especially with fitness. Like, everyone was doing online personal training. Everyone right now is doing online personal training. It's like, how do I set myself apart? Everyone else, what they were doing is they're actually selling the process. You know, like they're selling, oh, I have the best meal plans. I have the best workout plans. And the thing is, most of it's cookie cutter anyways. What you want to sell, this is going to be my expert advice for any of you guys wanting to sell anything. You do not actually sell the product itself. You sell a lifestyle. So I wanted to go to the most gorgeous place in the entire world to showcase my physique out in nature, to show the lifestyle, show the results of your hard work in beautiful places. And this is what I found to be the most efficient way to get clients. And not just that, if you want to start a business, let's say you're in your hometown, you have all these safety nets, you have your parents, you have your safe in-person job, and then you have all your friends and family around you telling you it's not going to work, you can't do it, it's too hard, you're never going to make enough money. You're setting yourself up for failure from the beginning. Anytime there's a plan B, plan A is out the window. You're never going to be successful at this, man. So if you want to do anything, the only reason I'm on here talking to you guys, I'm Austin Wayne, I'm very comfortable at this point in my life, is only because I only had plan A. There was no plan B. There was going to be nothing else. And Bali was the most beautiful place in the world. From all my research, had nothing to do with money, mugging people, anything like that. And I lived there for 3 freaking years, man. One of the most gorgeous places ever. Number 2, we have the woman. So I come from the West, obviously. I'm very Western, I sound Western, and my first serious girlfriend was a hardcore feminist, you know, from California, just super intensely feminist, always going on rants. Don't ask why I was in this relationship. I was young and stupid, but the lesson is I learned that this is not the type of girl that I want to be with. Someone really masculine, someone always just going on these feminist rants, and just overall the Western philosophy of how a relationship should be, you know? Like, I grew up somewhere where a relationship was more so the man provides, he's going to be masculine, he's going to be in his frame. The woman, she's going to be feminine, supportive, and overall very kind and motherly. That's what I wanted to see in a woman, but I would see all these Western women not behaving like this. And there's nothing against it, man. If you want to date that type of woman, go for it. We all have a different type, you know, and I specifically like very feminine, sweet, supportive girls. If you want to say this is misogynistic, that's on you. But you cannot get those girls in the West. So I moved to Southeast Asia. But here's the kicker. You guys think I moved there for Southeast Asian women? No. I did not. We're not bringing race into this, but typically that's not typically my type, and I don't want to feel like one of those guys geomaxing, going to these countries because he can't get girls in his hometown. What I specifically was actually not even looking for was Eastern European women. You know, like Southeast Asia right now is flooded with Eastern European women, Russian woman, Ukrainian woman. And for me, especially years ago, getting out of that toxic feminist relationship, being around all this feminine energy, all these just really attractive blonde hair, blue-eyed women, it was like the most beautiful thing for me in the world. So that is number 2 as to why I moved, and no regrets, man. The quality of life is actually the most ironic. So whenever people hear about Bali, Thailand, Bangkok, my 2 favorite places in the world, people immediately, they seem to associate either 2 things. One, they either think it's very bougie, like it has some of the coolest stuff in the world, or number 2, they think you're sleeping in teepees, you're super poor, and you're just like on an island, just in a freaking hut. But it's actually not like that. So back in the West, man, I really don't like the lifestyle whatsoever. Like, it doesn't matter how much money you have, it is freaking boring in my opinion. There's so many rules. If you drive 5 miles over the freaking speed limit, you're gonna get pulled over and get a ticket. Like, you can't do anything. And there's nothing to do unless you live in a big city. But then if you do live in a big city, there's way too many people. And overall, the quality of life in the West just sucks.
Coming to bed, honey?
Yes, dear.
Even if you're making 6 figures, it's not a fun lifestyle. But if you come to Southeast Asia specifically, it feels like a playground. Like, you go anywhere, it feels like there's infinite things to do non-stop. The modes of transportation has never been easier to get around. You can get literally a motorcycle in Bali, go all over the island. You can go to waterfalls, volcanoes, the most beautiful white sand, blue water beaches in the world. And you can literally go north to south within 3 hours. Like, you can do anything that you want to. It has everything you could possibly imagine, man. So the quality of life, you can literally not beat it. Obviously, one reason I'm able to actually live this lifestyle, live overseas, and kind of live out the life of my dreams, and to even be a male model, is to have skin that is glowing, that is clear, you know, that looks good. And one of my secrets that I really don't talk about enough is my own kalosique skincare, guys. Now, actually, living in Asia is very difficult to get my own skincare since it is US exclusive only. So I ran out of most of it, which is why I supplement a lot with the Korean stuff. But here's the thing, man. I truly believe that I have the best skincare in the industry. If you go to my website, kalosique.com, I have an exfoliator. So you start with this every single day, and then you can use my own toner on kalosique.com. Moisturizer, then I would advocate getting a nice SPF afterwards just to protect your skin from the sun. But I also sell so much more, you know, like I sell a retinol that you can use at night, and also a grass-fed beef tallow, which actually replicates the skin's natural oils. It's some of the best all-natural skincare you could possibly get. At least check it out, man. kalosique.com, some of the best skincare in the industry. And don't forget, guys, I just relaunched my coaching program. So if you want to look like a Greek god male model, learn from a certified trainer and a professional male model himself, me, you gotta apply. Link in the description box, man, to work with me one-on-one. And don't forget to join Kalos VIP. This is my school Looks Maxing with my 3-hour Looks Maxing Masterclass, 2-hour High Growth Masterclass. Right now, we have the Female Nature Masterclass. Every 2 weeks, we hop on a VIP call with me and all my students. You gotta join now. Limited spots are available before the price goes up again. Being self-employed is awesome. You get a lot more freedom, but you also do work a lot more than the average person to make a similar source of income. You know, like if I were to have an engineering degree and be making that amount of money, I'd only be working 40 hours a week versus how much I work now, which is probably somewhere closer to 60 to 80 hours a week. I work almost non-stop.
What have I done?
But whenever you work this hard for your money, you're paying self-employment tax and a lot of other taxes. You know, they put you in a different bracket to where you are literally paying twice the taxes as the regular citizen just doing their 9 to 5. And I think it's ridiculous because they want people to lose motivation. They don't want people to work for themselves. And overall, it's a system that's rigged. They don't want you to get out of the system and do your own thing. So this is another reason I left, man. If I'm actually living in my home country, I'm paying twice, 3 times the amount of taxes. But living overseas, my taxes are a lot more manageable than if I was living there to begin with. Last but not least is going to be modeling. So if you guys have not noticed, I am 6'6", 198 centimeters. And this has been verified by me, by Shane Fan, multiple people. So it's confirmed. And the issue with this is I'm too tall for modeling, man. I can't go to the major cities. I can't go to Paris. I can't go to New York City because they like my look. They like the face, but I'm too tall. I don't fit into the clothes. If I was 6'2", 6'3", I'd be killing it. but that's the issue. But I do think modeling is great for the experience, for meeting people, for traveling, just overall getting the most out of your youth and getting some really cool photos. That's really good for business as well. So one of the few places I can model is going to be Asia. Recently, I got a contract in China. I actually rejected it. But then I've been modeling Bali. I've been modeling in Bangkok. I've been getting all these contracts all over. And it's great. You know, good experience, decent money. I've done some really big campaigns in Asia. But you guys probably won't be seeing me in Paris or New York City anytime soon. Simply because of the height, sadly. But that's it, man. This is why I geomaxxed to Asia. One of the coolest places in the world. But yeah, subscribe if you're new. Love you with all my heart. Peace.